It doesn't really do nighttime very well, but I'm at a place where I'm gonna fish below some falls, but it's too dark to go walking around on the rocks down there. Just got here, park just opened, and so I'm gonna try the little lake above and see if I can't get some topwater action going. Although I'm gonna drop a little slip bobber night crawler too, because that's always a good thing to try. Sweet! Centipede, it's pretty darn close. I doubt you can even see it. I was come down here for some lake fishing, but I'm sorry, some river fishing, and because of the light, starting out with some lake fishing. Have that. Let's see if nope, really can't see it, but I'll show you the picture. A bass. No, a catfish. Wow. Well, species 2. I'm out here. What is it though? What kind of catfish? It's a bullhead. Might be a. See, it's got black barbels on the chin. Blotches, looks like a brown. Round tail. Don't know, but I'll take a little pick. I'm now in the river section, and I'll tell you, I'm looking for Altamaha Bass here. This is a really interesting river. It has up to 6 documented species of black bass in this river. Really? Which is yeah, it's a little what do you say? Contradictory as an angler, because only 2 of those species are native here, possibly 3. The others are illegally introduced. So it's really awesome to be in a place. It's the only place in the world where you can catch 6 different black bass. That's a nice. That warmouth went 9.5. This one goes 9.11. Nice. So it's really exciting to have a shot. The only place in the world you can have a shot at 6 different black bass species in one location. But it's really upsetting that the reason they're here, there's illegal introduction, and they are in fact, the illegal introduction is in fact wiping out native species. The Altamaha bass might actually be genetically extinct at this point. But I will say that I'm not sure how to take that exactly. I've read where some biologists have done, some studies or some samplings recently, and they haven't found a single Altamaha bass in their normal habitat. Oh, that was a fish right there. Doggone it. It's the second time I've taken it out of somebody's mouth today. Once at the lake, too. But here's the thing. All these black bass species used to be thought of as, largemouth, smallmouth, and then then spot came along, and then the red eye. The red eye was actually, half a dozen or more species. And, when let's use the Altamaha bass as an example, when they, decided, okay, we have found this is genetically distinct bass. Oh yeah, something's messing with it. There it goes. Oh, let me let it go. Let's call that day 0. First day of the species as far as scientific recognition is concerned. Now it is interbred, so much with the other, it's mostly spotted bass, but also smallmouth bass. Smallmouth bass have no business in this river, but they've been brought here. The genetic footprint has now changed. But all of these red eye subspecies might actually be, transient genetic species. Who's to say that 10 years before day 0 of the Altamaha bass, it was genetically different? Maybe they've been interbreeding or hybridizing and changing for you robbed me for quite a long time. I'm gonna go with a red worm. And in fact, rather than lose the genetically unique Altamaha bass, perhaps it's just changing, morphing, as perhaps it always has been. And there's no way to know because science only documented it at day 0. So that's my optimistic viewpoint, that it's a bass that's genetically transient. Of course, the human introduction, these assholes that bring fish in their live well all over the place, especially in the southeast where they don't belong, who the hell knows why? Well, probably just selfish reasons that they want to be able to catch a smallmouth in their home water, or they want more different kind of bass. They couldn't care less about what they're doing to the native species that are really unique and really awesome. Especially in Georgia, there's more black bass species than anywhere in the world in this state, and every one of them, outside the big 3 or 4, are threatened by this. So, if you're doing it, knock it off. Be a human being. On the red worm, looks like a Mayan cichlid. So I'm guessing it's a red belly, or yeah, it's a nice red belly. I'd be keeping these. Might be. Yeah, that's a nice one. Not very colorful though. Interesting. Oh, actually, I need to make sure that it is a red breast and not a long ear, because there's long ears documented in this river. Highly unlikely. Yeah, it's a red breast. Pretty fish. Even without the, that's a really interesting. That's almost a pink purple belly. Very unusual color for them. Really awesome fish. It's almost size. Yeah, I'll take a few if I catch them big enough to fillet out of here. That's really nice. Yeah, it's got to be at least 7 inches though. This is about 6. Pretty fish. This isn't what I came for, but that's 3 species in a very short period of time, so I'm definitely going to stick it here. As much as I'm after my target species, I'm gonna have plenty of time to fish for them. I'm trying to knock 2 black bass off my bucket list today, Altamaha being one of them. Talk about the other. There goes something. Yep, another red breast, looks like. Tell you the, oh man, we're precarious. Oh yeah, there's a nicer one. Wow, that was almost in the power line. This actually looks like a pumpkin seed. It's so colorful. Oh, again, almost big enough to clean. It really is pretty close. A sweet looking fish. All right, well, that ends my consecutive catches of different species. Really nice looking coloration. Again, not as brightly colored here in this river as most places I have been catching them. This is closer to a Florida coloring. Almost got hooked. Oh, there goes something else. Yeah. Oh, that one is a little different. Gotta let it swing back out. There we go. And I thought so. It was a bluegill. All right. So 4 species. All right. Very nice. Very nice. Not yet the target species, but as long as I get a target species today, I'll be very happy. But for right now, this is a little honey hole. I got at least plummet for whatever. Oh, this is a catfish type. Yeah, same thing as last time, I believe. Yeah. Yep, same as last time. That's cool. That's cool. Don't prick me. These are very short. They're short fins. It's very odd. This might be a big snail bullhead, actually, because that's a very flat head. They have flathead catfish in this river as well. It's a very flat head, as opposed to the other one I don't think was anywhere near as flat, although it has the same markings. But the snail, the spotted, and the brown have identical markings pretty much. This one I think is a snail. I'm gonna go ahead and, it's very close though. It's hard to say. All right, well, none of the fishing spots I wanted to fish are accessible because they're all off limits now. And I read something about people getting hurt on the rocks and them doing that, and as always seems to be the case, it's just a couple of morons ruining it for everybody else. But forced me to come down here, which I was going to try to do anyway, but goodness, look at that. I mean, that's insane. You take away that the walkway there and you look like you're in prehistory. That's gorgeous. All right, this is a pretty fishy looking area. It's nothing compared. Oh man, the pools under the rapids up there that I'm not allowed to use because of idiots. Got humans busted off of there. 10 times what this looks like, but still pretty good looking. I'm going to use a subsurface wrap. Just keep letting it. Alright, this is a completely unplanned stop. On my way to a planned stop, and came across this incredible looking creek. It's very swampy. And I mean, the part of the state, in fact, the two micro spots I'm going to hit are, I'm targeting banded sunfish. So I'm in a part of the state where banded sunfish live or have been documented, and this is the exact kind of, this is their exact habitat. See, that tree goes down really far. Oh, and there's a fish. Dark looking, as you would expect it to be. A beautiful spotted sunfish. Species 6, I'm going to say. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous thing. Gorgeous thing. And that might be a... no, I think I'm too far east for red spotted intergrade. So I'm going to call it a spot. Although I see no black spots, and I do see yellow spots. So, I mean, that could be a red spotted. It looks very much like it. Oh, if I'm even in the camera in there. It does look like a red spotted. Yeah, this is a red spotted, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna call it that then. Yeah, because they've got them all over